Well, this hobby just never fails to surprise. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, this past weekend, I was able to get out a couple times with my metal detector for about 4 hours each trip. And as it turned out, on Saturday, I was going to be in the neighborhood of the massive permission. And you know there was no way I was going to be able to resist stopping there with my Equinox 900. So I ended up spending 4 awesome hours of metal detecting, losing myself in my machine, digging it all, and just having a blast out there. Well, the wind's kicking up. Hopefully I'm blocking it. This one was giving me a nice high tone, but only in one direction. But the tone sounded so good, I'm like, I gotta dig that. It turned out it was something on edge. And check this out. Yeah, it's light, I know that. Oh, there you go. Yep, it's aluminum. That's Shell's Mr. President coin game. Very cool. And these date from 1969 and 1970. And I find them quite a bit, quite often around here. So very cool. And definitely happy with that. I think this is going to be William McKinley. And it should clean up pretty nice too. So I'll get that done when I get home. Well, this one was giving me a signal in the 40s, and I pulled it up and it looked like it was just going to be a crumpled piece of aluminum, and that's what it was, but it was actually an aluminum thimble, and an advertising one to boot. That's going to be a Tennessee Life and Casualty Insurance thimble. I find a lot of them around here, and they're going to date right around the 1930s. So very cool. I wish it was in a little better shape, but I'll definitely take it. Well, I might have something interesting in this hole. This gave me a 40. Had to think about it for a minute. I'm actually shooting from a different angle than I normally do because the wind is really kicking up, and I'm trying to shield it from the camera, but this one was giving me a 40 and it was about 5 inches, and I popped it out and I saw something big and round, and check that out. Now it looks a little bent right there. Maybe it's another shell token, I don't know. Or it could just be Bazinga. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's definitely not. Well, I do see some something on this. Boy, it's thin. Ooh. You know, I think this might be a small compact lid. Huh, pretty cool. Let me get this brushed off and I'll be right back, but it definitely has some writing on it and a pretty cool design. Huh, very cool piece. Well, there it is, and it is a pretty cool one. I found this brand before. This is a Lady Esther, and it's March Chicago. Has a very cool little pattern there with a bow in the center. And yeah, that's a really nice little period piece. So happy to have that. And I thought I had some kind of a coin or token at first, but hey, anything old I will definitely take. Well, I was actually digging sort of a mid-tone, and kind of giving me like a 40 something. I pulled out 2 pieces of iron, like an iron nut and a big piece of iron garbage. And then all of a sudden, bam, 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 a 71 popped up, and I got a nice little weedy. So just wanted to show you that. That's going to be a 45 from the Philadelphia Mint. And this is the same spot where I found all those 45 pennies a few episodes ago. So pretty cool. I will definitely add another one to my collection. Well, I was getting a really nice high tone with this one. It was giving me an 84, which, you know, I was thinking maybe dime or something like that. But dug down and I got this piece of aluminum, and I thought, but you know me, I like to clean them off and see if there's anything on them. And there is something on this one. It says Chattanooga Company. I'm not sure if it says Glendale, something like that. And then down here it says long range number 375. You know, I like a good mystery, so I'm gonna get home and check this one out later, see if I can figure out what it was originally. Well, this one was giving me a 54, and yeah, it's pretty cool because I don't usually find these. It's actually a wheel to a clock mechanism. So a pretty cool looking thing, and yeah, something different. Just thought I'd go ahead and show it to you. Well, we have one of our mysteries solved this week, thanks to all of you watching last week. You might recall the strange little piece that I found during last week's episode. Well, Christopher Egan was watching that episode, and he was the very first to let me know that what I'd found was a flywheel key to a very old lawnmower Briggs & Stratton motor. So I want to send a huge thank you out to Christopher Egan and everyone else who chimed in and helped make last week's mystery find this week's mystery solved. Well, this one was giving me a 25. I was hoping for a nickel. Said it was about 3-4 inches down. I popped the plug, moved some dirt around, and saw it right away. Hold on just a second. Notice the wind is kicking up again. Yep. And I saw a spoon bowl. So I thought, what the heck? I'll get the camera and we'll pull it out together. Oh, heck yeah. Another nice spoon from this spot. We have found some good ones. Of course, Chris got the best one with that silver 1896 spoon. But this is going to be 30s or 40s, I would imagine. And it's definitely got that look to it. So definitely happy to have that, and I'm gonna keep on going, see what else I can find here. Well, I got something pretty cool in this hole. It was giving me a 45-46 signal, about 6-7 inches down, and I threw it up on the dirt up on the drop cloth, and look what flopped out. It looks like a lead toy, maybe a toy soldier or something, I don't know yet. Huh. Let's see. Oh, it's a lead toy Indian chief. I'm trying to find a spot where the wind keeps changing directions. You can see his war bonnet up here, or headdress. Isn't that cool? Let me get this brushed off, and I'll be right back. But that's a really cool find. I love old toys. Well, take a look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's a lead Indian chief, and it's actually in excellent condition. Really nice condition, not missing any parts or anything. And I was just thinking about it. I was looking around and I realized this is actually almost the identical spot to where I found the Buffalo Bill Jr. ring. And that's kind of cool because I guess this one definitely goes along with that ring. The kid definitely was into old westerns. And I hope he lost some more because he lost a couple of beautiful things right here. Well, this one was giving me like a 56 signal. I'll tell you, that was difficult to find. There were so many nails in here, but I finally pulled it out, and I'm like, boy, this looks familiar. And yeah, I've actually dug these before. This is actually like an escutcheon for a snap on an old purse. And that's a very old purse too. I've found 2 or 3 of these over the years, and that's what that is. So pretty cool piece. Just wanted to show it to you in case you ever found one and were wondering what the heck is that. Well, I got another nice high tone and another weedy. This one's going to be a 51 from the Denver Mint. So the very next day, I wanted to return to a very special place, the old 1921 mansion. And that place has really given me some great finds in the past, and I wanted to go back there. And I guess the old place was pretty happy to see me back because it gave me some nice finds, but it gave me one huge surprise that I definitely did not see coming. Well, I'm not sure if you recognize that through the trees, but I am back at the 1921 mansion. And I'm back here because, one, the last time I hunted it was with the 800, so I thought it might be a good thing to come back here and give the 900 and the Coiltek coils a try. But the other thing is, it's now winter, and now all these woods have kind of died down, so I can get into them without worrying about hornets and snakes. All I have to worry about is a little German Shepherd pup over there that's pinned up, and he definitely finds me interesting. So I've dug up a few pieces of junk in here. I got a 27 I dug down. It's just an interesting thing. It's pretty neat. But it's an old valve stem cap. Not for a Model T, but for a very old bicycle. And it's actually a brass one, it looks like. But it's definitely a very old style. Just had to show you that one. And it's probably a bicycle from the era of the Model T. So pretty cool. And it's kind of funny finding a different kind of valve stem cap for a change. Well, I just got that valve stem cap right here, and then I swung up closer to this tree, got a 24-25 signal, hoping for a nickel. I've gotten a ton of nickels out of this property, mostly V nickels, but not this time. But something about it. I'll just show you how it landed before I pull it. It's right down here, and it looks, yep, some kind of ironback button, which will be great. Oh yeah, check it out. It's going to be an overall or denim button, but it's got a major design on it. I am not sure. Ooh, that one looks pretty cool. Give it a little pants wipe. See if I can get it cleared up so I can read it. No, not yet. I'll tell you what, I'm going to spray it, give it a brush, and we'll see what it is, but this one looks really cool. Well, check this one out. This is very cool. It says Little Ben. It's a Little Ben brand of overalls or denim. I love finding these. There's so many different varieties from all over the country. Most of these are going to date from the teens into the 30s and 40s. That was the big boom with the emergence of workwear and denim. So Very cool. I'll see if I can find any information on that particular company, but I am definitely happy to add this one to my collection. Very neat little piece. Well, still working this small area where I pulled up the last couple things. You know, once I found an area that I'm starting to find old things in, I camp here until it's done. And I just keep going over and over, and I keep pulling some signals out. So this one was giving me a 37, and I thought it was going to have some depth, but it turned out to be a small object. And it's just interesting because I don't usually find this era pistol bullets. Usually you'll find some rifle bullets, and it's got a great patina on it, but you can tell it's a post-Civil War bullet. Obviously you can see the crimp marks and everything, but yeah, it's definitely late 1800s, early 1900s though, and pretty neat little pistol bullet. Just thought I'd show it to you. So I was just working my way down from this area where I've been making nice little finds here, and I came down here and I got a bang in high tone. I mean, and it was like an inch or two down. I'm thinking, man, that's got to be a Coke can. But I also noticed there's a really deep critter hole here, so I had to be careful that it didn't fall down there. So I cut this plug out, and it said it was in it, and I broke it apart, and check this out. See that? Look at that. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting, and it's huge. I'm hoping for some kind of token, I don't know. Holy cow, look at the size of this thing. I have definitely, I'll get out. Holy cow. I know what this is. This is a $1 token. I just can't believe it. This is to the grocery store series of tokens. It was a, hang on, we got a vehicle going by. I cannot believe I found it. Another one. It took me forever to find a $1 token from this series. These are brass. Look at that. Oh, it's so awesome. It says $1. It's got 3 stars on the top and bottom. And this side is awesome too. Hold on. Let's see if I can brush it off. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got another one. I'm trying to put a complete series together. I'm still missing some. But yeah, this is, I think it's a Gorel grocery store. Yep. Good for $1 in trade. Now, this grocery store was in the census in this town right around 1900. So I figure this is going to be 1900 to maybe 1920, somewhere in 1900 to the teens. It is an incredible piece. I found my first $1 one last year or earlier this year. It all seems to blend together. And I was just like, oh my gosh, and I cannot believe I got another one. That has been sitting there for at least 100 years. Right there. It's absolutely amazing. Well, I'll get it cleaned up and give you a better look at this, but this is awesome. Well, there you go. You can see the side with a huge $1 denomination on this side. And here's the other side cleaned up. Just a quick spray of water and a brush. That's all it took. And it says good for $1 in trade at BWD Gorel's, which was a grocery store. Only thing I've ever been able to find out about this is the mention in the census. I've asked a lot of old timers in this town, and I think it was even before all of their time. So, but I am so happy that this particular grocer did not succumb to the latest trend back then of making his tokens in aluminum, because they don't hold up the best usually in the ground. Nope, he spent the good money and had his tokens made in brass. And it's pretty awesome because he's left quite a record now. I think I have 6 or 7 of these. I'll have to go back home and look, but so thrilled to have another one of these Gorel tokens. Well, I'm still making my way through this wooded border that goes around the mansion yard. And it's funny, even though it's died down some from the winter, it's still thick. And every signal I've got to get through about a foot of undergrowth and ivy and stickers and thorns. But this one was giving me a 74-75. Just one pop of the digger and I saw it sitting there. And I got myself a nice wheat penny. And I was really happy to see that because I know this place has been hunted before and they were after the high tones. But they've left some out here, so it's a good sign. This is actually a year that I don't find very often. It's a 1949, and that's going to be from the Philadelphia Mint. Well, I just had to come out of the woods into the yard here, just see if I could find some things. In this hard hit spot, I've hunted this very hard. Found some great things, but last time I was here, hardly a signal. But I did get a 24-25 in this hole with the using that 10x5 Coiltek coil, and I thought it might be a nickel, but it turns out to be a button. Now it's plain on this side. It's really heavy. It seems to be a 2-piece. Oh, there goes my pinpointer again. Let me turn it off. But it does have a back mark. So I'm really curious to see what that says. And it's definitely a pretty old button. So just had to show you that one, and I'll get it cleaned up a little more when I get back home. This is another one. It wasn't really giving me that great a signal in park. I switched over to that just to check, and it just bam, bam, bam. And first thing I saw was kind of cool piece of blue glass right there with the design on it. Not sure what that went to, but pulled out of the hole. It looks like I got another ironback button, which is very cool. Hopefully it's got something on it. It's kind of the female portion of a snap, but I think it might have something on it still. Yeah, I think there's something on it. I'll have to get it cleaned up when I get back home, but definitely appears to be a pretty old denim snap. And hey, that's really cool. That was a really nice pickup. Well, I don't think anyone could have been more surprised than I was when I found that amazing old token. Well, except maybe this guy. Well, that was a weekend full of great surprises, and here's another look at all the very cool things I was able to recover in this episode. Well, do you want to see some more incredible things dug up on a Finding America episode? Well, stick around to the very end of this episode. I'm going to have a link to an episode that I called Where Soldiers Slept. And Chris and I spent the entire day deep in the Tennessee woods at the site of a Civil War camp. And we found some absolutely incredible things. So I hope you'll take the moment and click that link and watch that video after this one. Now, I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.